Hey guys, Solarkneecaps here with another episode of Iron to Masters. Now, we've been doing pretty good, and now, judging off of the everybody's little icons, it looks like we're going to have to be dealing with a couple of platinum players. I'm just going to turn the sound down on my end here a little bit. There we go. Hopefully that wasn't too loud for y'all. And, in our last series of episodes, we kind of talked a lot about augments and why to choose this and the other. And I think our focus for this game is just going to be thinking more about the early game, and then we're going to kind of just freestyle and have fun. So we're really going to focus on stage 1, stage 2, and stage 3. And then after that, we're just going to kind of go for it. Kind of reiterate some of the fundamentals and go from there. Play our strongest board. Try to discover what our strongest board is, and yeah, go from there. So, of course, obvious things. Just pick the good characters. Keep the Graves pair. Yordles, as we all know, is an excellent opener, and TF is an excellent item carrier and early game carry. So I value them highly. So that's why I went ahead and picked it. Whenever you just have a couple of gold and no real pairs to pick up, just think about what has the most value. So 3 Yordle has a lot of value. TF has a lot of value. Just think of these sorts of things. Okay, so we got scraps. So that's going to be pretty nice. So let's see if we can't see what mutant is before we pick that up. Mutant is... Okay. That one's kind of fun. So we don't have any mutants yet. We did do a mutant game not too long ago. Spellblade. Not really interested in Spellblade. Mutant's a little bit suspicious since we don't have any mutants. Our other option is going to be Thrill. We'll just go ahead and pick up Thrill for now. Of course we did. But okay, so this is nice. We got a couple of options. You know, obviously we're probably, if we're thinking about what our strongest board is, 9 times out of 10, a random 2-star is going to be stronger than pretty much anything else. Don't be too unsurprised that a strongest board is literally just a bunch of 2-stars thrown together. Because it kind of is. It'd be nice to pick up this Twisted Fate pair, but it is what it is. Alright, we actually do have innovators here, so let's do something like this. Let's get rid of this. And let's just play some innovators. Oh, I have to level up first, so let's do one. We have a different scrap, so that's fine. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Front line. Back line. There we go. And we'll do something like this. So we'll put Echo in next, and that'll give us some scrap value. Easy peasy. So we get to, in terms of what our strongest board there was, you know, we obviously are going to keep the 2-star. We're going to put a nice flexible defensive item on there. We're going to get as much front line as we possibly can. And, you know, obviously 3 Innovator is an excellent early game synergy. So this guy also has a very strong board because he has a bunch of bruisers, which, as we talked about previously, bruiser front lines are really good in the early game because obviously they give flat health versus just, you know, percent or like armor, which is greater in the early game. These were in later games, later aspects of the games. So we took a light loss there, but I'm not too unsurprised. I mean, that's 4 bruiser, 2 scrap. I mean, that is a strong early game. Let's go ahead and scout just to make sure. Okay, so there is 1 blitz player, so we'll position for that, and we have a couple of assassins. So we'll probably just kind of hang out in this positioning. Maybe put a singed here just to catch any assassins that might come our way, like here. But I have an eerie feeling we're going to be able to pick this one up pretty good. I know Darius is really good, but surely he's not that good. Right? Nice. And I'm not a big fan of Thrill here, honestly. It was mainly just, if I had another mutant on board, I probably would have opted to take the mutant. But without it, it's a little bit suspicious to take that last augment. And I'm trying to remember what was the other choice other than mutant? The one in the middle. Must have not been great if I didn't consider it. So again, you know, we're checking. So we have Blitzcrank still. So we have that going on. We have Assassins. So we're positioning fairly well for Assassins. That's pretty scary. So more of the Assassins are over there. So we're going to do something like this. Again, I'm expecting to have, yep, some Assassins come our way. So we'll be able to pick that up. And this guy has 4 Academies. So these guys are going to be doing a lot of damage. Okay, nice stun. Nice little CC chain. Okay, shame that Ezreal died. Oh, the heal. Let's go. Alright, and this, I mean, this cat does have a lot of AP, but can't crit me because of my item. Okay, Graves missing. We like to see that. And shotgun. There we go. No problem. Making 10. Easy peasy. Nice and simple. So we already kind of have Echo, which is probably who we're going to be putting in, but obviously grabbing another Echo is perfectly fine. We're not really sure what we're going to be playing. Okay, no Echo. So then probably just, we already have armor, so let's just grab health. Just that simple. You know, obviously armor and health kind of scale with each other, since armor and defensive items kind of give you a sort of like effective health. Since obviously you take less damage, so it's like you get more bang out of your buck for 100 health. So having a nice balance between armor, MR, and health is obviously optimal. So boom. Okay, so we have a couple of options in terms of if we want to play Echo or if we want to go for this Trundle. Regardless, we're leveling up. I'm going to look at this. I kind of like the idea of more frontline, and this gives us more backline access. Ooh, let's see. So everyone is kind of already positioning for Assassins, so we're going to kind of do something similar here and also position for Assassins. So probably not going to get as much value out of our own Assassin since most people are primed and ready for it. Huh. Interesting. Protector. That's a huge loss, though. You definitely don't want to... There's nothing wrong with lose streaking or open 40 in the early game, but being at 68 health at 2-5 is probably not what you want. Oop, a little bit of luck there. So okay, we can make... So if we win, we sell Vi. If we lose, we sell Echo. It's pretty much that simple. So I am also tempted just to sell Echo anyway, since probably our next put is going to be a Bruiser. Again, more frontline. So we'll see. We got a couple of pairs going on here as well. So if we need to stabilize early, we definitely have the pairs to support the roll down, since we've talked about very frequently that it's always best to wait to, you know, if you only have to hit one unit, it's not super optimal to, you know, roll down left, right, and center. Okay, that Darius got no value. Excellent. Yeah, you know, I'm just going to go ahead. We already have one scrap. Trundle is perfectly fine. We got the Trundle pair, and I'm just looking to put in Bruiser. To me, that seems like it's going to be the strongest board in terms of its more frontline. Obviously, 2 Bruiser is a fantastic trade, even in, you know, 3 into stage 3 and 4. It's just a lot of nice effective health. Ooh. Ooh, 4 scrap, though, is also very strong. But we don't really have room for it, so we'll see what we get in these orbs. But it is very tempting to play 4 scrap. They did recently buff it, and to me is a really good early game synergy and late game. You can play 4 scrap into 6 scrap, honestly. I've had pretty good success actually on my main with playing scraps, so we'll see what we get. Okay, get some kind of item there. I mean, that might throw that on Graves. Let's see. Okay, well, we definitely don't want him. So you. Get some gold would be nice. No. Okay, that's a nice level up. And since we're going to be wanting to keep win streak here, we actually have a few options. So what I'm going to opt to do is level up, put in, of course, more frontline. And the reason is that I want to keep my win streak, and that's pretty much it. So now in terms of what we want to put, So we have a couple of options. Morello is just a little more universally handy, so we're going to go ahead and put that there. And then again, we're going to put just more defensive items. So I mean, if you went Sunfire Cape there, it's honestly not the worst thing in the world. And frankly, it is pretty comparable. It's just more that Morello's gives me a little more flexibility for what I want to put in for like my next items. It's like I can put that on a lot of different carries, and it's not awful on Graves, you know. If he can get a quick cast off, you know, it's a nice AoE. And so, I mean, there's potential to make... We can make 10 by selling these two, but... Alright, let's do it. Let's sell everything and let's make it. Let's make it. I've told y'all many times that econ is most important in the early game, and we did aggressively level up, so that kind of supplements a little bit. Okay, so let's just see where the spotlight is. Okay, it's kind of in the middle-ish, not super great. We do have a Jhin. Jhin is definitely possible. We're going to go ahead and purchase this Vi and hope that we can keep it. So let's scout our biggest competition, people who are on win streaks. I'm super concerned about... Oh, a little more concerned, but I did just fight that person not too long ago. So we're creating a nice little triangular formation to hopefully catch some of these assassins as they're jumping in. That way we can kind of, you know, beat them up. Okay, there's the Shaco down. That's huge. And there's the Echo down. So now that that's taken care of, should be pretty easy. And yeah, no problems whatsoever. There's the case that you could probably pick up Jhin here. But again, we have no offensive items. So there's no real reason to commit to Jhin quite yet. Okay. And that is Blitzcrank. We did just talk about having 4 scrap. We wouldn't get 4 scrap value if we put them in. Makeshift armor, I think we've learned... Makeshift armor 3 is definitely broken, I have to say. But I actually have starting to, you know, makeshift armor is starting to grow on me. Just as like, as an augment. So, you know what? Let's try that. I think scrap art... Oh, wow. Lucky. I think scrap art there is totally viable. Like, it's not even funny. Picking up this Heimer is kind of tempting. 5 Innovator isn't exactly the comp I'm going for here, but again, we're going to do something like this. Just catch whatever assassins may come our way and position for Blitzcrank, so that way it's our poor Zillion that gets caught and not our Ezreal, who is going to do a little bit more damage. We have our Graves right here in the front line too. Okay, he took makeshift armor as well. So this is just going to be a big tank fest, and thankfully I happened to roll a Shiv there, so that's going to be nice. But my primary tank is down already. Oh my gosh, Darius with 1 HP. Okay, nice. And what is noted is that makeshift does work on your little augment, so get a little bit of extra value there. And man, we got a lot of Shiv value as well. That's really nice. Go ahead, pick up scrap. Why not? No real thought process there. It's just you got 1 gold to spend. Might as well spend it. And here, you know, we're looking, you know, we can just kind of, we're going to see what we can get first. Belt is kind of our least wanted item. You know, tier is fine, honestly, just to get Frozen Heart. Rod is okay, just so then we have at least some sort of direction. So, okay. Rod, AP, tier. Yeah, we'll go up. Okay, well, got it anyway. No foul. Gosh, just have so much gold. So I'm going to go ahead and go 7 as well. This will allow us to try to keep our win streak up. And it is really tempting to somehow fit this Ziggs in here. It'd be to trade out our Graves for Vi. And that way we get extra scrap value. But for now, I'm just gonna chill out. We're gonna see what happens. I think it's a grave necessity. Okay, the boy just ultied backwards. I guess that's a little Bit of mispositioning on my part. Oh, there we go. Okay, sorry about that. Just crashed for a second. But we're live. H5 and we live. Alright, let's go. Easy peasy. I don't know if I'm going to be playing Lux from this position, but I mean, crazier things have happened. We'll go ahead and pick it up for now. Again, we're just trying our best to hold on to our win streak. Oh my gosh, at Janna. Oh, sheesh. Janna, though. Janna, though. Janna, though.
The stage is set.
Alright, I'll go ahead and I'll do it. So we're gonna do this, this. And is it 3 items? It is 3 components, so we'll go ahead and slap on 3 components. Poor Janna. Thank you for being here. See ya. But it's gonna take a while for that talent to get through us all, but it looks like he's actually having no problems. That boy is bussin'. Oh. But no problems here. There's a little bit at counter value with makeshift armor, but we're probably going to pivot out of 4 scrap. But right now it's a really good early game spike since we just happened to hit the Janna. A very strong unit. And to me it was worth it. I mean, we needed to kind of get out of Graves eventually, so it was an excellent opportunity to sort of pivot. But we might do something kind of like this. Just try to keep the Janna a little bit safer. Not just die instantly. And makeshift value or not, it is also only makeshift 1, and we're able to... Ooh, okay, we're getting items, Pick this up, okay. Okay, well, we got a couple of options. I mean, Oriana's a nice pickup. Jhin, not really looking like a Jhin game, sadly. So right now, let's go ahead and just kind of slam some items. So we'll go here, here, and just go ahead and put more tank on our tank. Sounds good to me. And do we want to level? All right, we've been leveling aggressively all game. Let's go ahead and keep that up. That gives us Clockwork and Enchanter. That's not like the world's biggest power spike, but it is definitely a power spike. It is an spike. Okay, Lulu down. Fiora amazingly doing a lot of damage. Oriana still casted even though she got pulled. Like to see that. That Tarika getting insane value. But we're just so tanky. Our guys without scrapped value is just... Oh my gosh, let's go. Okay, so we're going to start thinking more about how we want to actually... What are we actually playing? So let's scout around, huh? So, you know, we got some Fiora action, some assassins, more assassins. We got Bruiser Urgot. We have some innovator stuff. Okay, Imperial. And more assassin, but Academy variant. Interesting. So, got a lot of options here. I'm not sure exactly what we're going to be playing. I guess we're just going to kind of sit back and relax and see what happens. We've been slamming a lot of items, so, I mean, you know, the best thing in the world for us is if somehow we were able to go like a Fast 9 or something like that, which I feel like every time I play, I'm like, I swear this time I won't go Fast 9, yet here I am thinking about Fast 9ing yet again. Okay, Talon down. But Swain is still here. Oh wow, Blitzcrank out of nowhere. That is 5 Imperial. That is 5 Imperial. That Swain and Talon did a lot of damage. But Scion, you know, Scion Blitz is probably what we're going to be looking at here for frontline. So I'll go ahead and pick that up now. We're going to have a little bit direct competition, but other than that, so there's still, let's check, still plenty of Blitzcranks on the board. So everyone, so not really in the business of changing too much of my positioning, but we'll do something Do something like this. Oh wow, the double Zephyr. The double Zephyr. Into Zyra ulti. That's a little bit unnerving. Oh, you got an item from that. Look at him. Oh, I'm sure he's happy to take... Well, it is a... What is that? A 7-unit loss? Yikes. Yikes. So now we're looking for probably an item to finish up Vi here. So, you know, Tear is fine, Belt is good, Negatron's good. Pretty much anything but Rod and Sword. Bow, not really. Okay, I saw that coming. I'd be fine with Tear here. I think that'd be pretty good. If not, all right. So it's either gonna be that or a Zephyr. Skirt. It's also 4 costs there, so. We got actually really good items for Scion here as well, so we'll definitely be on the lookout to changing them out. And you know, we've been leveling up really aggressively. We've been slamming items very aggressively. I'm hoping we just played the guy that's win streaking. There's definitely some really strong boards going on here, but ooh, okay. That's a bit noted. So we're gonna hold off. We definitely don't really want to roll down for anything quite yet. If anything, we're gonna wait to roll down till next round. Maybe slow roll to see what we want to play if we have that freedom. This Frozen Heart is just absolutely obliterating my Ezreal. Yeah, wow. Couldn't kill a thing. Oh, there you go. 5-unit loss isn't bad. Not bad at all. Alright, so Protector Crest is definitely interesting. So Makeshift Armor 2 is definitely also intriguing since we're going to be pivoting out of 4 scrap here fairly shortly. Protector Crest, and we get a Garen. I mean, just so we get 3 Protector, that might be interesting, but I'm just going to stick with Makeshift. And for now, so sometimes it's like, oh, I don't know if I want to roll or not. Buying units is kind of the same thing as like putting it in your savings account. You don't have to worry about like you're not spending it, you're not wasting it. At least you're buying something and you can always sell it later in case you want to. So, all right, well, that just means our guys with no items are going to be extra tanky. It's kind of rearranging here a little bit. Of course, I've rearranged into the... You know, a lot of assassins are really popular right now. I think that's interesting. Oh, it's going to be a huge Scion ulti. Into... Oh boy, this is going to be a rough... This is going to be a bad loss. I can feel it. I can feel it. Oh, never mind. Turned out to be an excellent loss, actually. 3-unit loss? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. But we definitely need to, if any of these 2 rounds have kind of indicated, we need to start building our board. So we're not going to go fast 9. I believe that is a bait. We're just going to kind of start rolling down to... We're going to start kind of collecting some 2 stars, or some 4 costs. So obviously, no, we're definitely not playing you. I'm interested here. Pretty much, if it costs 4 mana, I'm intrigued. I'm not gonna be playing this. And we have a lot of freedom to play a lot of different things here. So, let's see. Okay. Okay, we got Zephyr. Cool. We're just gonna keep rolling. Okay, so let's say no, no, yes. Keep rolling here. Okay, we got Scion, so we're gonna say we're getting out of scrap, so let's get rid of these guys. So we'll get out of you, sell you. Definitely didn't make enough time to do anything here. We're gonna chuck some items his way, and we're in the middle of pivoting, so it's gonna be a little awkward here. Janna, we definitely do want Janna. Don't want Trundle. Also really don't want a Kali. We're expecting to take some losses. No big deal whatsoever. No big deal. So let's keep rolling. Not super sold on this Galio. Just keep that in mind. So I'll get you off the board here. Maybe here, something like this. Let's do like a this. A little dizzy, but it's okay. Just gonna keep rolling. No, nothing bad against rolling while you're kind of figuring out your whole comp. Okay, I'm probably gonna play this over Jace, maybe. Jace, you gotta... Okay. Talon just walking up to my Jace and killing him. You guys liked it. You gotta love it. Okay, I'm not playing you. And this is why you don't go 9, gentlemen. That's why you definitely don't go 9. Probably play Kai'Sa over. That's nice. A little counterproductive, but you know, when you got items, you kind of just got to use your items. Yeah, I don't think... Yeah, I need to get Orianna out of here as well. So, okay, yeah, I'm happy to play Seraphine instead. And I didn't scout any... I have itemless Fiora. Let's go. The itemless Fiora is somehow doing work. Somehow doing some work. So we're not playing you, we're not playing you, we're not playing you, we're not playing you, we're not playing you. There we go. Okay, so we're just looking for a good Kai'Sa item or Fiora item. Which probably just some AP and some damage is perfectly fine. I could put Gunblade on her. It's kind of like GA. In a way, yes, and in a way, no. And let's look for... Okay, do we still have Blitzcranks? We still have one. Whoop, I didn't mean to do that. There we go. No harm, no foul. Do something like this. So let's look at... First, let's see where the assassins are. Jumping left, 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 and we still have Blitzcrank players. We just played that guy who has the Shroud. So we're gonna hang out like this. This feels pretty good. You have a lot of healing reduction, but you know, it do be like that sometimes. Wow, I got hit by the random Zyra. Kinda love it. Oof. Rough, rough, rough. Bark, bark, bark. So there is the temptation of actually putting these items on this. So let's go ahead and roll down a little bit. It's making it more tempting to get out of Kaisa. Okay, just Keck. Keck. All right, I guess we're playing maybe 3-star. Why not? With I don't think these are optimal items at all, but you know, YOLO, right? It's kind of what we got. There's a Talon player here. We do have a lot of healing. And we topped 4 at least. Okay, there we go. The power of aggressive, leveling aggressively. Cool. More Sunfire Capes. More Sunfire Capes. Guess I'll put that on my Jaina. Or I can also put it on Yumi, because since she's going to be tucked away anyway. Really no reason for her to have MR. Get some of the 4 costs out of the pool. We're just going to run it down to 0, because I mean, when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade, right? Pog. It's not great items whatsoever, but I mean, it is a 3-star Fiora. You never know. I mean, I actually have no clue if it's good or bad. I'll be real with you. She has awful items, but maybe she can just one-shot everything anyway? No? Alright. Just, okay. Height. Yeah, I mean, she doesn't, I mean, she does a lot of true damage, I guess. What in the world is this game, man? I swear. This is by far the weirdest game I've ever seen, and it's top 3. We're just rolling with the punches, I guess. I don't really get it, but, you know, why not, right? Why not, right? This Talon's doing some work, though. My god. Okay. Okay. I guess we... Okay, well, I mean... This is how I want this to be positioned anyway, so... Pretty much for the most part, yeah, so let's just hang out right here. I do have a couple of things I'm going to change. Something like this. Pulls the Jace and I attack the Jace, and Tom can't eat Scion. Big brain. I was hoping that would aggro on. There we go. Holy shit, we almost just killed that boy. All right, this is definitely a positioning diff. Let's go. Can't miss a rhythm if I tried. All right, well, we're just looking for Chana items, question mark? Yeah, let's do this. So that way we get, what is this? Academy. Why not? Why not, right? I don't really know what to tell y'all at this point. I don't really know what to tell y'all. Okay, look at that. We got Academy, which is kind of fun. So I'm pretty happy with this positioning overall. I am worried about Talon coming up like after this pull and then Talon comes up. So we're probably going to put somebody in the back here. Like this. Oh. You know, I was expecting to face someone else, but you know, these things happen. Turns out the positioning wasn't awful, and again, you know, our Tom Kench is getting no value. Wow, you know, at first this whole Fiora thing, Fiora 3 was kind of sucking, but now it's all of a sudden the best thing ever? Question mark? And now it's a top 2? What the fuck is this? Okay, so obviously, you know, we have the assassins coming in here. So apparently that positioning worked out pretty well for us. So we're gonna kind of just vibe with this. Something like this. So that way we kind of have this as some body blockers. And we're actually gonna let Seraphine get pulled here. So do it like this. All right, good. Just trying to keep our carry away from their carry. A lot of true damage. Oh! Alright, well, can't win them all. That was definitely fun. I have no complaints there. Okay, well, oh. Let's go ahead and complete our missions. Cool. Hey, and we're gold 1. Well, I guess if anything, this just teaches you to play flexible and, you know, if you can, if you got a unit, pick a unit, you know. I was looking to see, I was trying to play something. I knew it was going to be Jhin. You know, Fiora was able to kind of hold these items. We were kind of looking for AP or something, and yeah, it just kind of worked out. Why not? Fiora 3, okay. But again, you know, the main focus of this video, you know, we talked a lot about the early game, playing the strongest board, and slamming valuable items that allow you to kind of pivot at 8. You know, the power curve has been really interesting this set. I mean, you see some of these boards like this that it's kind of hard to believe that this is a 7th, but there's a lot of assassins out there. There's a lot of damage, and I think it really came down, at least for us, is really just positioning, especially some of those previous fights. So, you know, really focusing on your early game, playing your strongest board, and then in the late game, you know, pivoting, you just let Mortdog do his thing, I guess. You know, just kind of knowing what you can play, and positioning, because you can get a long way with just really good positioning. Obviously, it becomes a bit more difficult when you're dealing with some 3-star unit and 5 Imperial, but again, I think we made some excellent decisions there. And yeah, but if you want, go ahead and follow me at, oh, let me go up. Wait, is it me right here? There you go. Yeah, go for it. Follow me on Twitch, where you can watch me grind on my master's account. You can watch me play chess, watch me play Minecraft, maybe? Question mark? Let me take a sip of water. Give y'all time. Links down in the description. Give me a follow. Give me a like. Hopefully y'all learned something. Comment down below if there's any particular subject you want to talk about. And hey, we're on the push to platinum. Let's go. See y'all next time.